How to write a resume that gets results. The 5 essential elements to focus on. If you find this video helpful, please visit the Distinctive Documents website at www.distinctiveweb.com. On the surface, it really seems like it should be simple. But if you've been in the job market recently, you know the truth. Writing a resume that actually generates interviews and pulls strong results can be a real challenge. If you're struggling to write your own resume, these expert tips on 5 essential elements that professional resume writers consider and include in every resume may be helpful to you. Tip number 1. Clearly communicate the target and focus for the resume. Within seconds of glancing at your resume, the reader should have an accurate understanding of who you are, what you have to offer, and how you would fit in the company structure. Objective statements are rarely used anymore, and including one may make your resume look outdated. Instead, many professional resume writers use headline statements and qualification summaries or profiles to establish the resume focus. You can see an example of a resume focusing headline and profile section on your screen right now. Tip number 2. Incorporate content that makes it clear that you both understand and have the ability to meet the employer's needs. Everything in your resume should be relevant to the position or type of position that you're applying for. Irrelevant content dilutes the focus and makes it appear that you don't understand the nature of the work that you're applying for. What are the goals for the position? What challenges are the company facing that you can help with? What problems do they have that you can help solve? As shown in the example on the screen, you'll want to include data that shows how you've accomplished these things for past employers. This is illustration that you have the ability to do the same for future employers. Tip number 3. Use industry and profession relevant keywords and phrases in appropriate ways throughout the resume. This is important to do so that your resume is recalled from applicant tracking systems during keyword searches. But it's also a good way to establish credibility as a qualified candidate for the position you're targeting. Are you sending your resume in response to an advertised job announcement? Here's a tip that I use on almost every resume. Print the job announcement and highlight all the most important keywords and phrases in it. Now make certain that you use these same keywords and phrases in both your resume and in the introductory letter that accompanies it. Tip number 4. Brand your resume with content that sets you apart from other applicants, differentiating you by showing how hiring you would be a better investment than hiring another applicant. Baseline qualifications are the qualifications that are required for the position. Most of your competitors for a position will have these qualifications. Your resume should briefly mention that you have these qualifications as well, but the majority of your resume should show how you exceed these qualifications and what it is that you bring to the table that is slightly different and better than your competitors. The example on your screen shows the profile section for a real client. This client had an extraordinary track record of having overcome adversity in both her professional and personal life. Not just overcoming adversity, but learning from it and using those learnings as opportunities for growth and improvement. We branded her profile with this distinguishing fact and then included accomplishments throughout the resume to support and illustrate the branding. Tip number 5. Focus on accomplishments and the results you have produced for past employers. The entire emphasis of your resume should be on accomplishments, and more importantly on the results of your accomplishments. You'll want to express these results as numbers whenever possible. Numbers are eye-catching and compelling, not to mention that they add credibility to your claims. You could even try using charts and graphs like we show in the example on your screen. Many job seekers make the mistake of focusing on job responsibilities in their resume. It isn't what you know how to do or what you claim to know how to do that will interest an employer enough to pick up the phone and call you for an interview. It's what you do with what you know how to do, and the value and the benefits you deliver as results. Also remember, when you write your accomplishment statements, it's usually a really good idea to start with the sizzle. In other words, write about the results first, followed by the action that produced it. Again, you can see what we mean by the example on your screen. Grew Acme product line rapidly, nearly tripling sales in 2 years. Or increased profits as a percentage of sales from 14.2% to 17.4%. Start with the sizzle. In summary, by focusing on these 5 elements, you can help ensure that your resume gets attention in a crowded job market and generates interviews. But if you still struggle to actually put these elements into practice, don't hesitate to contact a professional resume writer. While hiring help to write your resume may seem like an unusual thing to do, more and more professionals are realizing that to do so is an investment that pays off big time, helping them to get back to work far more quickly and often at a higher salary than they would have achieved on their own. Thank you for watching this video presentation. I'm Michelle Dumas, founder and executive director of Distinctive Career Services, LLC, the Internet's premier resume writing and career marketing specialist. Since 1996, I have helped literally thousands of professionals, managers, executives, and emerging executives create personal marketing campaigns that win jobs and marshal challenging career changes. If you could use an extraordinary competitive edge in the job market, we'd be happy to help you. You can learn more about my company and my services on one of our websites, www.distinctiveweb.com or www.100kcareermarketing.com. Thank you.